in super chats asking me to address Erika Kirk. And I guess my question back would be, what is there for me to address? She hasn't sat down for a long interview. All we have seen from Erika has been the speech at the memorial event for Charlie Kirk. I see the innuendo that is online. I am interested in investigating who killed Charlie Kirk.
All right, so welcome back to the channel, guys. We will be going back live again tomorrow on Tuesday because I did like our live experience. I had a good time. So I want to thank everybody who joined that live. We almost made it to 1,000, concurrent. But we will be back again on Tuesday because, like I said, I want to make a show out of it. But for today, I'm just going to record this episode, and we're going to talk about, do like a weekend recap a little bit about what's been going on. We have some clips from Erika, who has this huge interview coming up. Got a little bit of Candace talking about Erika. It was pretty interesting. I didn't expect her to address this on her podcast. So she's been asked about, how she feels about Erika Kirk and, certain things. And, we're going to go ahead and check out her answer to that. And real quick before we do, guys, like I said, I was really excited about everybody who joined the live. Please don't forget that the like and subscribe button if you happen to like the video or whatever. And the notification bell, if you want to also support the channel, you can hit the join button to help. It helps definitely to support because we're really going to focus on taking this to the highest levels in the next couple months before the year is out. Just because the year is out doesn't mean that you can't make goals for yourself. You know what I mean? So anyway, but as I always say, first and foremost, just from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everybody who is watching. Thank you so much. You guys don't even know how much it means to me. I love the comments. I love everything. Sincerely, thank you. Let's get into the clip.
The people that I have been reserving my ire for, my smoke for, my investigation for are the people that are blatantly lying. Okay, people that are just lying about Charlie Kirk. That was my reason for going after Alex Clark. She lied about the Catholic thing. That was my reason for going after Andrew Colvett, Mikey McCoy. Anybody that's told a lie, Rob McCoy, blood all over him, you got my attention. What lie has Erika told that I'm supposed to be focused on? Okay, has she said something about, did she come out and say, Charlie never had an issue with Israel in the end. He loved Israel to his dying breath. She hasn't done that.
And we actually have this weird announcement from the Israeli war room about Erika Kirk. We're going to get into that because this is something that we do need to talk about. I do understand why Candace is handling it like this. It's already bad enough. Candace does have a lot of eyes on her. Let's keep it real. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all going to, somehow they're going to find us all, right? But she does have a lot of eyes on her, so she can't just rush to say, yeah, I don't really like the way she's been acting or whatever. So I understand that. But when I was listening, I kind of was like, she's being a little soft. But she says a little more. Let's skip ahead to her critiques of Erika Kirk as a CEO.
So I'm looking forward to the sit down with Jesse Waters. I think we're going to get a lot more from Erika, and we're going to see where her mindset is. Currently, there is one clip that is going around, and I have some unsolicited advice for Erika, and I appreciate the sentiment of what she's saying here. Let's take a listen.
The defense wants to ban cameras in the courtroom. How do you feel about that?
There were cameras all over my husband when he was murdered. There have been cameras all over my friends and family mourning. There have been cameras all over me, analyzing my every move, analyzing my every smile, my every tear. We deserve to have cameras in there. Why not be transparent? There's nothing to hide. I know there's not, because I've seen what the case is built on. Let everyone see what true evil is. This is something that could impact a generation and generations to come.
So I agree with the sentiment, and I'm glad that she has pointed out how ridiculous it is to not want cameras into the courtroom, how ridiculous it is to allow him to appear virtually, not even on camera, for some pre-hearing matters. None of this makes any sense to the public. And what I did say early on, I don't remember which episode it was I would not have wanted Erika it would not have been my advice for Erika in a stage of grieving to go from being the widow to being the CEO and the chairman of the company. If I was running the company, I would have said, let's put in place an interim CEO, right? Someone below Justin Strife, I think, was the COO. I would have put in an interim CEO and allowed people to figure things out. Because it is a true statement that there's two things happening here. There's a widow, and then there is the chairman and the CEO. And that person, no matter what, is going to have to catch heat for any decisions the business is making. That's just the reality of the way the world works. When you're a CEO and you're a boss, if a mistake is made, doesn't matter whether you did it, whether you said it, whether you tweeted it, it's going to come down on you. And she has assumed that role, okay? So criticisms pertaining to anything at Turning Point USA that are being directed at Erika are fair. Obviously, they are fair if they are directed about Turning Point USA and their actions. The second thing that I would say, and again, this is unsolicited advice, so she's free to throw it out, but in the entire issue and the energy right now is that people, irrespective of what's happening on paper, don't believe the story. They don't believe a story. And and of course, this is only a snippet of the interview, so I'm sure more will be said here. But I'm getting that you have seen the case. You think it's a solid case. She thinks it's a solid case at least, and is saying, show everybody what you have so they can see true evil. Within her capacity of chairman and CEO of Turning Point USA, they could be more transparent about what happened that day. People don't like the stuff that they've seen about Mikey McCoy. They don't like what they've seen about Rob McCoy. They don't like the history of Rob and Mikey McCoy and their involvement here. They don't like the video of Terrell. They don't believe what time text messages were sent or when the phone calls took place. Rob McCoy is lying. In the areas that you can control the transparency, I think doing that would be beneficial to Turning Point USA, because I don't think Turning Point USA is going to survive if they continue down this path of, Tyler Boyer late night tweeting at donors as he did over the weekend. I think he directed his fire at John Mappin and Arena Mappin, called John Mappin a loser. I don't think that that's the correct messaging to come out of Turning Point USA.
Yeah, me too. So the thing is, like I said, she later on goes on to make it make sense. I want to go back to Erika saying, people have, they've analyzed my every smile. And I'm actually analyzing, why are you patting your face right now? Because you're not crying, and it's okay. You don't have to be crying, right? And whoever, okay, that's fine. I was going to take it too far. So here's the thing. That's what people are going to do. And like Candace said, and I know that has nothing to do with Turning Point, logistics about her smiles and stuff like that. Don't do this, okay? Please, that's the last thing. I'm sorry. I know I'll come off as a tyrant. I know I'll come off as hostile. I'm not. Praise the Lord, like I said. I hope her and her family are safe. If anybody's harassing people, we disavow violence, all of that. I'm not with that kook stuff. So don't say that we're promoting that, because that is not what we're promoting, that kind of weird kook stuff, okay? However, please stop this they're analyzing my every smile. You just made your face the CEO of the company. You're going to be out. This is how it goes. If people do not understand how it goes with being the face of a whole company or a celebrity or any type of personality, if you don't realize that you're going to be analyzed, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Even myself, guys, I am not in any capacity Erika Kirk or Candace Owens. I'm not trying to be the one, by the way. I am Casey, right? But here's the thing. The point that I'm making is that, I'm grateful for anybody who's watching me and any followers that I have on Twitter. Thank you so much. What you see is what you get with me, okay? Straight up. I'm going to piss somebody off. I am me. And I'm analyzed all the time. And it gets, I can understand, it can get annoying. It can, but I expect it. I'm like, well, this is what it is. This is what people do. And you just got to know, don't, just keep it pushing. Just answer somebody if you can and just keep it pushing. That's it. And people felt, but my situation, what I just said, is nothing compared to her. You just became the face of a serious organization that a lot of people had a lot of heart and they felt like connected to it. Okay, they did. Me, I can't say that was my, reasoning for coming into this discussion. But when I saw how they treated that man after he died, I'm sorry, I was like, and then how I'm seeing people are hurt asking questions, and then you're being told not to ask questions. I was like, well, can't look the other way. And then they're telling you bones are steel and stuff. It's like, I can't look the other way. But I also respected the audience. I respect Candace's audience. That's why I fell back. I was like, fall back on her. Her audience cares. These people care. They care. So Erika, and I'm sorry that I went on this long rant, but Erika, guess what? People are looking at you because they feel like Charlie's dead and everybody just moved on. They didn't have to rush back to work so quickly. I'm sorry. They just didn't. But it is what it is. It just was ridiculous.
You hope to achieve for Charlie and for the country?
Oh my goodness. All of his wildest dreams for this organization and more. He left me a blueprint in all of his journals, but more so than that, I was his vault for literally everything. He shared everything with me, his vision, his dreams, and I know now more than ever, I mean, he was always a hard worker, but now more than ever, he's up in heaven orchestrating and sitting and strategizing. And
that is a silly thing to say. That's a very silly thing to tell people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just think it's silly. So he's up in heaven. He's orchestrating and strategizing. From what I'm hearing that Charlie Kirk, a couple days, I think, or was it like 5 days or something before his sad public assassination, he was starting to look into the books of his company and trying to figure out where like massive amounts of money was just all of a sudden just flushing down the toilet. Like, you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden they started like hemorrhaging money, and he had never been involved with the finances. He didn't really care about that part of it, I guess, which is, and there you go. And so he was trying to figure out, like, where was this money going? And people are trying to figure out, too. I've heard this online, obviously, loosely kind of quoting. I have to go back and make sure about the exact dates of these kind of questions. Who was handling the finances? What did that boy find out when he started to really look deeper into his organization that he created? What was going on the side that maybe he didn't know? It's hard when you're running a big organization like this, and then you find out that maybe some people are doing some weird stuff on the side and made some decisions without you knowing, but you trusted them, and now you're caught up in something you didn't want to be a part of. So don't tell me he's happily strategizing from the sky. This is not make-believe or pretend. Sorry, you shouldn't have involved me in that type of assassination. I'm not saying she did, but I'm saying the person who decided. Sorry. This is who we are. The other thing, too, he left me a blueprint. This is not, I've said this before, as a content creator, I have mad videos that I've not put out through the years. I do have those videos that I haven't put out through the years and stuff like that. That, are somewhere in the cloud that people could probably find one day, or God forbid anytime soon. But you know what I mean? This is not that. Do not start doing this. Charlie wanted this, Charlie wanted that. Charlie wanted J.D. Vance, and Charlie wanted this, and Charlie said this. And everybody telling me what Charlie said. Everybody, it's just, and I got to hand it to Candace. She's the only one who said, Charlie said this to me, and then actually be like, here's the receipts. I'm not saying that she needs to keep doing that, but she has said, Stephen Miller said that Charlie said to go after the left with all you got. Like, it's just weird stuff. Like, everybody just has a story about what Charlie said. Dinesh D'Souza popped up with something. It's just too much. It is. And so, lastly, now, I might have to take this out. If you bear with me, I'm going to my account. There's just so much going on, clearly. I don't know. Did I get blocked? Sorry. Interesting. Yeah, I knew she was going to block me. That's funny. Sorry. So apparently this is not true, but I was going off about this. So I might just have to go ahead and take it down. But the Israel War Room, Charlie Kirk, founder of TPUSA, will be posthumously honored at Israel's 2025 Christian Media Summit in recognition of his courageous stand for the truth and steadfast support of Israel. Miss Erika Kirk will accept the award on her husband's behalf, a moving tribute to a man who inspired millions to stand with Israel when it mattered most. The pillars of the Jerusalem Award, inspired by the verse teaching that the world stands up on justice, truth, peace, will also present to Douglas Murray, Yael Eckstein, and Dr. Jurgen, I don't know who these people are. So they're saying that TPUSA spokesman Andrew Kovic stated that TPUSA had been unaware of the award and that Erika Kirk will not be attending. And so some people, when he did tweet that, and so supposedly they're not attending. Israel's War Room, they actually posted their, article about this from the Jerusalem Post, which is really weird to me because I know it's like, I do look at the Jerusalem Post for stuff, and this is kind of weird to me that they would make this statement, but it wasn't true. But people are going off and they're like, this is extremely cruel of you to post. Like, basically, like, this was a lie. And I don't know. I think that people saw the reaction and just got on it and was like, don't go take that award. I don't know. But I was like, people can miss me with the Erika Kirk quote. No way Charlie Kirk begged for mercy about his abuse from Israelis and Jewish donors. And now she will accept this award after her husband denied his final trip to Israel. This is a disrespect to Charlie Kirk's name. Everyone moved on. Like, I was mad. I was like, what is happening here? But apparently it wasn't true. So, I'll end up deleting this because it wasn't true. But still, I ain't got to delete the other response. But I just, I just didn't like it. Apparently, Cash Patel's girlfriend, Alexis Wilkins, actually, and not just the fact that he was, caught red-handed grifting off of American public and stuff, but she works for TPUSA, and that's insane to me. So why didn't he take himself out the case? Why didn't he recuse himself, right, from the case? Because this is a conflict of interest. From the moment he was dropped, this is 29 minutes ago. From the moment he was dropped, the GOP has been effectively hosting public auditions to be the next Charlie Kirk. It is beyond obvious to the public, and it makes our skin crawl, so please stop. I mean, this is the stuff about, like, Berlin Hollyland. I mean, it's just, like, a lot of stuff. So, yeah, guys, I will be back again live and tomorrow. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.